Hey everyone! Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to share with you the top 11 things you didn't know about selecting a hobby. Whether you're looking for a new hobby to try out or you want to take your current hobby to the next level, these tips will help you make the most of your time and find the perfect hobby for you. So, let's get started. Point 1. First off, it's important to understand that a hobby is something you do for enjoyment and relaxation. It should be something you're passionate about and something that makes you feel good. So, when selecting a hobby, make sure it's something you genuinely enjoy doing, not something you feel like you should do. Point 2. Another important factor to consider is the level of commitment required for the hobby. Some hobbies require a significant amount of time, effort, and money, while others can be done casually and at your own pace. Make sure you're comfortable with the level of commitment before diving in. Point 3. When selecting a hobby, it's also important to consider the social aspect. Do you want a hobby that you can do alone or with others? Do you prefer group activities or solo pursuits? Consider your personality and social preferences when choosing a hobby. Point 4. Another factor to consider is the physical requirements of the hobby. Does it require a certain level of fitness or physical ability? Make sure you're physically capable of doing the hobby before committing to it. Point 5. Consider the equipment and supplies needed for the hobby. Some hobbies require specialized equipment or supplies, which can be expensive or difficult to obtain. Make sure you're comfortable with the cost and availability of the necessary equipment before starting the hobby. Point 6. Think about the learning curve for the hobby. Some hobbies are easy to pick up and require minimal instruction, while others can take years to master. Consider your patience and willingness to learn when selecting a hobby. Point 7. When selecting a hobby, it's important to consider your budget. Some hobbies can be expensive, especially if they require specialized equipment or instruction. Make sure you can afford to invest in the hobby before starting it. Point 8. Another important factor to consider is the time required for the hobby. Some hobbies can be done in short bursts, while others require longer periods of time. Make sure you have enough time in your schedule to devote to the hobby. Point 9. Consider the level of creativity involved in the hobby. Some hobbies, like painting or writing, require a lot of creativity and self-expression, while others, like knitting or gardening, may be more straightforward. Make sure the level of creativity required aligns with your interests and skills. Point 10. Think about the location required for the hobby. Some hobbies can be done anywhere, while others require a specific location or environment. Make sure you have access to the necessary location before starting the hobby. Point 11. Finally, when selecting a hobby, it's important to keep an open mind and be willing to try new things. Don't be afraid to step outside of your comfort zone and try something new. You may discover a new passion that you never knew existed. Conclusion. So, there you have it. The top 11 things you didn't know about selecting a hobby. I hope these tips have been helpful and have inspired you to find the perfect hobby for you. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.